About to get started here creating this budget. All right, so as you can see, this budget is based off a $2,400 a month income. Now, she does have other income, but she does not know the dates that she will receive that income. The other income that she will receive is $125 a month, but the date is unknown. Also, $60 a month, but that is also unknown. So, with these being unknown, I'm going to leave them off because it's going to be hard for us to actually calculate what we can add onto the budget without knowing exactly what date these will be coming in. All right, so the first thing that I want to do for this budget is I like to go ahead and write down what the important things are. So when I say the important things, I'm going to say the needs. So the needs are the most important things. This means that you cannot go without these items. That means that if you go without these items, something is going to happen and you won't have a basic necessity. So, starting with her needs, we have rent, and her rent is $976 a month. And let's put a month about that just so you know. And then we have her phone. Phone is $74 a month. Then we have internet. Internet is $96 a month. And I know some people might be saying, oh, internet is not a necessity, but internet is a necessity if your job depends on it or anything that's, important to you, such as like school or something. And then we have utilities, and which utilities is at $114 a month. We have dentist, in which the dentist is $113 a month. We have life insurance. Life insurance is $30 a month. Renter's insurance. I don't see car insurance on here. $11 a month for renters. And I'm just going to take a second here and reach out to her and advise her that I don't see car insurance on here. All right. And then we have, I'm going to put um, car insurance here. And then once I get a response from her, and let's see. Oh, I do see car insurance. Okay. It was just under something else. So that's $286 a month. And then we have school, and that is $60. Let's see here. And I'm just going to ask, is this $60 for school a one time thing or monthly? And then we have food, that's $300 a month. Okay, so she did confirm this is just a one time payment. We have fuel for the car, that is $80 a month. household, we have that at $100 a month. Laundry, her laundry is at $40 a month. And these are all of the necessary items here. What y'all think? How much do y'all think these necessary items are going to come up to? Do you think that these necessary items here are going to be more than the 2,400 a month? All right, let's see here. All right, so if we do the 976 and then we have 74 plus 96. If y'all hear that thing playing in the background, that's Sheila Marie's meditation mixtape. Don't know if y'all are hip to that, but it's pretty good mixtape. And now we have the $30, $11, $286, and then we have the $300, $80, $100, $40. All right. And with that being said, we are at a total of the needs alone come up to $2,280.00. So, mind you, our monthly income is just from employment is $2,400. If we were to add these items, the 125 and the $60, we will be at $2,585. So let's see, what are we left with? 24 minus the 2280. We're left with $120. $120. So let's just keep that here and in mind. Now, again, it's hard to add this item only because we don't know what date she actually gets this money. So without knowing the date, it's hard to plan around that because you definitely need to know the date that you receive this money in order to accurately put it inside of a budget. So let's see here. So the next check is on October the 9th. And that goes until October the 22nd, which is paid on the 23rd. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and put this together. So I always say input your needs first. Your needs have to go. So with that being said, let's start. So if we're going to do this bi-weekly, so if we know it costs $2,280 a month to take care of all of these bills, we're going to divide that by 2 a month to take care of all of these bills. We're going to divide that by 2, which means that bi-weekly we are spending $1,140 for our needs. Okay? So that's our big number we have to focus on right now because we cannot go over this number. All right. So rent, $976. We want to break that up into 2. We don't want to keep paying the full amount for rent out of one check. So we want to take our rent and we want to break that up. So we're going to put away $488 for our rent. Okay? $488. $488. By taking out that $488, this will allow us to actually have more money left over instead of continually paying that full $976 out of one check. So bi-weekly, we're going to do $488. Now, we have phone bill. The phone bill is due on the 7th. So since this check is covering from the 9th until the 23rd, I don't know, unless that's going to be, phone is going to be late. We typically would not include it on this next check, only because, again, it's due on the 7th. So that's before this check. So for this check, we will not be counting the phone. Phone is due on the 7th. So that's going to be X'd out. Internet. Our internet is due on the 10th. So since we know our internet is due on the 10th, then we know that we need to cover that. Now, since we are heading in, um, since we're heading right in, this will be the first time that we're breaking up payments. Then we just have to go ahead and put down the internet. So the internet is going to be $96. Now, typically, I would have you break that up, but since it's literally due on, a few days after, so I would have said generally, let's break up that rent, and I would have told you to pay $48 out of your check. We want to break that up. Again, we don't want to keep paying full amounts out of each check, especially if we're on a limited income. We have to be more intentional with our funds. Utilities, $114. So that is due on the 12th. So since that's due on the 12th, again, this would have been something that I would have told you to break up. So if that's something that I would have told you to break up, utilities, you would have put up $57 for this. And I would have said $57 would have came out of your previous check too, because honestly, $114 is a lot to pay for one item when you're on, again, a limited income. So I would have said, let's do $57 for two checks until it's time to, pay for that. The dentist, another one. The dentist is due on the 15th. That's another item that I would have said to cover, break up those payments. Because once again, as I keep saying, you don't want to take your limited income and give all of your money to one bill. So I would have said, let's go ahead and put aside $56.50 for that. And that is dentist, DENTIST. That's $113. You will find that by breaking your items up, if you have the money to do so, yeah, you can definitely pay that full amount. However, if you're on a limited income, you definitely want to break your payments up. It will definitely help you to not only be able to save, but it'll make you feel lighter by having more money in your pocket and knowing that you're not dishing out so much at one time. Next, we have life insurance. Life insurance is due on the 20th. So with the life insurance being $30, I would say anything under $50, you can definitely go ahead and pay at one time. So life insurance, $30. Okay. That can come out that check. Renters. Renters is due on the 20th as well. That's $11. I say that's fine. Go ahead. Let's go ahead and pay that. All right. The 20th. The car insurance is due on the 14th. So again, that car insurance is $286 freaking dollars. So $286. Again, since we have not already broken this payment up, with this next check, she's just gonna have to pay that amount out in full. Because again, it's due within these dates. Now, if she would have started with this upcoming check, or the check that she got today, and would have broke this payment up, which is that $286, then we would have had only put up two payments of $143. So again, break those payments up. You do not have to pay these huge amounts at one time. It will be easier on your pockets, especially once again if you're on a limited income. Being that this school is $60 and that's a one-time pay, let's go ahead and knock that out. We'll put that on there. And that is due on the 22nd. All right. And then we have food, $300 a month. Now, that's bi-weekly. So since we're going to do that bi-weekly, let's go ahead and do 150 out of each check. And then fuel, that's also bi-weekly. We got $80 a month. Let's go ahead and do $40 out of each check. So bi-weekly. We got household, bi-weekly. That's $100 a month. So household, let's go ahead and do $50 per check. Laundry, we're gonna do $20 a check. Or again, like I said, anything under, that $50 threshold, that could also just be the $40. That could be optional. All right. So with these items, let's see where we're at. Okay. So for this upcoming check on 10/9, we will have $488 for the rent. Internet, which is due on the 10th, we'll have to do the $96. Utilities, which is due on the 12th, we unfortunately have to do the $114. Then we have the dentist, which is due on the 15th, another $113. And then we have our life insurance, $30. Renter's insurance, $11. Car insurance is due on the 14th. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to do the $286. Look at this hating ass fly. Fuck on, bitch ass nigga. Sorry. School, which is due once on the 22nd. That's $60 there. And then bi-weekly, we have our food. So $150. And then fuel, $40. Household, $50. Laundry, $20. So right there, we are looking at $1,458 just for this next check, which means that we are in a deficit. We are in a deficit. We can't even afford this stuff here. So what we gonna do? Because we can't even afford to take care of this stuff that's here. So if we're only making 1,100, sorry, we're only making $1,200 bi-weekly, but our next check, our bi-weekly amount is $1,458. What we gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Now, let's see what it would have been if we were able to break up these payments here. All right, let's see. Minus 6. Okay. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm just calculating this stuff. I use a calculator, baby. I ain't no math whiz, so you ain't gonna never see me counting off the top of my head, baby. We'll be up here with Ooga Booga Black phone numbers. Don't try me. So if we were able to break these numbers up, guess where we'd be at? So for this check, if we were to do these, as I mentioned, break these up, we would be at $1,153.50. Our bills would have been covered. And this is just our necessities, you know? So that's what I'm saying. You break your bills up and it'll make things a whole lot easier for you. And not only to mention that, but we'll also have be $60. You know, don't keep counting this $60 because this is only the one-time payment, but it's a necessity at this moment. So even if we, take away that $60, we'll be at $1,093.50, which means we would have had a little bit over $100 left. So 1,093.5. So we would have had at least $106.50 left over to, knock out some other things. Because the thing about budgeting is you need to account for everywhere your money is going. Your money always has to go somewhere. Okay. All of your money needs to be allocated somewhere. You shouldn't have $100 left over. You shouldn't have $50 left over. It should be allocated somewhere, whether it's to food, fuel, household, something. That's the whole point of budgeting. You need to know where every dime of your money is going. So now that we know this, we have to figure out what we can do in this budget to get us from $1,458 down to $1,200. Okay. So now you're not gonna like to hear this, but this will be the time where something gonna have to, I'm not saying be late, because we don't want to be late, because these are bi-weekly bills, but we're gonna have to sacrifice something on here. Something gonna have to get sacrificed, or we're gonna have to figure out how to get more money. And that ain't easy, because once again, money just don't come from anywhere. So let's see what we can do here. This is the tough part. All right, so school. This one-time fee, maybe they will allow us to hold on, hold on. Car insurance is double because they deferred it, and the dentist is only for 2 months. Okay, so car insurance is double because it was deferred. So this is not something that will be every month. Is that right? Okay. Sorry, y'all. I'm just chatting with her. Okay. And then, so after October, it'll only be 143. Okay. So after October, just 143. Okay. So she just confirmed that after October, it will not be this 286. It'll only be 143, which is great. We like to hear that. And then the dentist is only for 2 months. So we only got that for 2 months. All right. But still, that ain't helped that much, baby girl. Cause, we still in a deficit here. But let's figure it out. All right. So food. What can we do about food? Can we do um some meal prepping? Maybe we can try some meal prepping. maybe utilities, we can try to see if we can get on some type of plan for that. Because, baby, that's a lot of electricity. I need you to be Stevie Wonder in the house. But anyways, okay. So again, so we gotta figure this out. Now we might end up having to break this up because depending on when this money comes in, this money will definitely help out. But we don't know with what check this will be available. Hmm. I'm trying to think of what we can do. Because the thing is, we don't want to defer any payments. Because if you defer a payment, all that's going to do is add extra fees on you, and you still gonna have to. You're gonna have to. You might have to end up paying a little more. So that ain't no help. But what can we sacrifice here? Okay, you know what I'm about to do? I'm going to let's work on the next check to see what areas we can sacrifice on. So if we do, because if you know what your next check also looks like, then you can see how you can play around with your money. Okay. So let's also now focus on our 1023 check. So 1023 to 11.5. So 1023 to 11.5 is our next check. So if we focus on these areas, laundry can wait, household can be reduced, food can be ramen. Oh, we ain't doing that now. Like ideally, yes. But all right, let's see what we can play around with. Because if we know what our next check look like after that, then we'll know how much we can play around with. All right, so once again, we back with the rent. Another 488. Boom. So rent is due on the first. We know that. All right, 488. And then we got oh my gosh. We got phone. Phone is on the 7th. That's $74. Because once again, we haven't been able to break that up yet. So after that, sorry. Yeah, $74. Yep, so no, I'm tripping. 1023. Okay, so now we can actually break up our phone bill. So we got $74 for our phone bill. So with that being said, since our phone bill is not due until the 7th, we can actually break that up because our next check after that, which is the 6th, can take care, we can break that up. So $37. So we're gonna put bi-weekly for that. And then that's 37 where I'm at. 12. Da, 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 da. Okay, so our main bills, once again, are rent, phone. Why do I feel like 10.9 to 10.22, 10.23 to 11.5? Okay, so phone, and then internet once again is on the 10th. So this is where we're going to come in, and we're about to break it up. So internet, $96. We're going to divide that because again, we don't want to be paying that full amount right out, $48. Because the reason why we're going to do that is because again, with our next check, which is on the 6th, internet is about to be due again. We don't want to pay that full out $96 with one check. So we're going to break that up. So on the 23rd, we're going to do half payments on this phone and this internet. All right. And then the 12th, we're going to hope that goddamn utilities go down. Because the utilities, again, is $114. So we're going to do 57 because our check on the 23rd and our check on the 6th, we want to do bi-weekly on those. Dentist. The dentist is due on the 15th. So again, now we can go ahead and break that up. 56.50. This our last time paying it. Not last, but we're gonna do that bi-weekly. But once we hit our 11/6 check, this will be the last time paying for that. You know what I'm saying? That 113. And then again, we got our life insurance, which is the 6. Hold up. So after the 6, we paid again on the 19th. I mean the 20th, sorry. And that is when life insurance is due. So we're gonna leave life insurance off this check because again, that little $30, you can pay that on a check. Renter's insurance due on the 20th, again, $11. We can leave that off of here. Now that car insurance, that 286, that's due on the 14th. So 1023 to 11.5. We're gonna break that up. Life insurance. So that 143, we ain't finna put that all out of one check. We ain't doing that. So that 143, that's gonna be 71.50. We're gonna put half of that up with our 1023 check and our 11/6 check, so we can pay that. Oh, sorry, that's car insurance, not life. Core insurance. All right, so we don't have school no more, so school is out of there. Food, again, our food is 150 bi-weekly. Fuel, $40 bi-weekly. Household, $50 bi-weekly. Laundry, $20 bi-weekly. All right, so these are all of our needs. These are our needs. So let's see where we are with this. Now that we've got an idea, this is our next check, what our next check gonna look like. Because once again, like I said, once we get an idea what that next check is looking like, then we can go ahead and work towards what our, what we can do with our money. All right, so let's go ahead and calculate this up. Once again, I am using a calculator because, like I told you, she don't do math. Okay, she don't. She ain't ever been good at it. I let the calculator do what it do. 37, 48, 57. But 56.50, 750, not 750. $71.50. And then we have 150. And then we have $40 for the fuel. $50 for household. $20 for laundry. There we go. So now, with this being said, we are at $1,018. Okay. So our needs now, we're able to meet our $1,200 check. Now, I'm not saying that's a whole lot of wiggle room. That's not what I'm saying. So 1,200 minus 1,018, and we left over with $182. Now, like I said, the reason that this is important to know this number is because now we can see what can we take from here. Now, the only thing that we really can take away from on here to break up would be our rent. And we're not necessarily taking away from it. What we're just going to do is we're going to take this 182 and we're going to subtract it from our rent here. Because what that'll do is it'll give us some more room when it comes to these items. You get me? So let's see. 488 minus 182. So if we do that, that means we'll be taking our rent, to $306, 306, which means we're going to add this 182 to our rent here because we have that left over. You get me? So this 182 will be added to the rent. So all we're doing is moving it. We're playing a little hopscotch. So that means we're going to do 488 plus 182, and that's going to give us 670. So 670 here plus our 306, and then we'll have our 976. All right. Whew, I'm getting hot, honey. All right, so now let's calculate and see where we are by moving this around. So 306 plus 96 plus 114 plus 113 plus 30, 11, 286, 60, 150, 40, 50, 20. And now we're at $1,276, which means now we only have a deficit of $76. I say that's good. You know what I'm saying? I say we did good getting that down. We did good. We did good. Y'all did y'all big one there. So now we got to account for this $76. Now we got to figure out what can we also take away to get us within budget. So I think, I'm sorry, I think food is important. So I'm not going to say we take away from our food. But I will say maybe we can take a little bit from our household. Okay, I lied. Maybe we can take away from our food, fuel, and household. So from that 150, because we need to get that down 76. So 150, what if we take away $30 from that? And we're gonna have 120 instead. So that's 30. No, maybe let's take away the 50. Okay, let's do the 50. Let's just take that to 100. Baby girl, you're gonna have to take away that 50 this check for your food. So you just have $100 for food. So we took away that 50, which leads us to we need to take down $26 more. So let's take our household. Okay, let's take our household down $20. So we got 30. So we took that down. Now we just $6 in the red. Can we take $6 from those other incomes? Yeah, we have the other income, but we don't know when it's coming. So we have to plan as if we don't have it. Now, once that comes, then we don't have to worry about, once that money comes, whenever it hits, then of course these deficits won't matter. But since we don't know what date those are coming, we don't count that. Because unless we know what dates it's definitive and when it's coming, we want to pretend like we don't have it. Okay? Okay. Okay, so we left with $6. So let's go ahead and take our fuel down to 34. So we take that down, and now we're at a $0 deficit. And now we've covered everything. So what our next check is going to look like, let's get this out of here. All right. So our next check is going to look like rent, $306, internet, $96, utilities, $114, then it's $113, life insurance, $30, renter's insurance, $11, car insurance, $286, school, $60, food, $100, fuel, $34, household, $30, laundry, $20. And that puts us exactly at $1,200. That's what our next check is going to look like. And then our check after that, again, $1,200. And that's because we had to sacrifice our rent. We had to add more because we took away from the last one. And this is the thing about budgets that you have to understand, is that your budget will not look the same every check because things change. Again, she has car insurance that won't be that 286 anymore. We won't have the school payment anymore. After the month of November, she won't have the dentist anymore. So that's going to be more money back in her pocket. The $113, that's $60 she'll have from the car insurance, $143 back in her pocket. So keep in mind when doing your budget that your budget will not always look the same. Things will get better. Okay? They will. Now, y'all want to talk about snowballing? Let me I forgot. I don't know how. All right, now let's get into snowballing. I'm gonna leave this one up here. Doop, 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 doop. All right, so I'm gonna leave these needs on the side, and we're gonna leave this one on the side here. Yeah, I want to work on the 11-6 check. Let's see. So 11-6. It'll be 11-6 through 11-19. 11-6 to 11-19. All right. And again, you're gonna always feel like you paying your rent every time you get paid. That's definitely gonna be something that's gonna bother you, especially if you have like a rent or a mortgage, um, because that is a big bill. So you don't want to be stuck with paying a big bill out of one check. So again, we got our rent, $488, and then again we got that phone because we done broke that phone up. So phone, $37. Internet, $48. Utilities, we hoping utilities ain't that much no more, because goddamn, $57. And then again, dentist, $56.50. Car insurance, $71.50. Food, $150. Fuel, $40. Laundry, $20. So your needs will definitely become a habit. You'll be able to definitely, remember those kind of by heart. So like before, we know that these needs are $1,018, and that's from 1,200. So we know that we have remaining $182. So she wants to snowball her debt. So Um, one thing that we forgot, I'm not going to say we forgot to do, but since we were covering only the needs, now we need to go and look at her subscriptions and her other items that she has on here. So from our 11.6 check, we um we have Apple Cloud. I don't use this. Apple Cloud, and that's due on the 6th. And that's $1. Girl, what the hell? Apple Music, A Music, that's due on the 12th. And that is $7. And then we have a loan, and our loan is due on the 12th, and that is $58. And then we got Disney, and that is the 15th, I believe, and that is $16. And then we got the gym. The gym is the 17th, and that is $27. We got Netflix. Netflix is $8, and that is the 15th. And then we got school loans. School loan, that was supposed to be a necessity, right? So that's the 22nd. And then we have, let's break that up. Matter of fact, $100. And with our next check, we can do, you know, um, 17. Da, 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 da. All right. So these are bi-weekly. So Audible is bi-weekly. Okay, so Audible, that's on, let's say the 15th, $10. We have another loan, and that's by, I don't know if that's bi-weekly or not. Is Audible bi-weekly? Audible is up in the air. Okay, Audible is up in the air. So we'll leave it there for a little razzle dazzle then. $25 for another loan, and is that bi-weekly? That's bi-weekly. All right, and then so these are our subscriptions. Wait, did I? ADV Financial. Oh, I didn't mean to say that. Uh, I'm just trying to see when this other bill is due. Shit. Okay, so that one is $56. Okay. All right. So now let's see where we're at with just our subscriptions, because keep in mind we got $182 left over now. So let's see. Let's see what we can do with this. Oh, okay. So $56 is for the whole month. Let's okay. So we got a little wiggle room, maybe. Let's see. Okay. So that's bi-weekly. Okay, I am kind of confused here. Give me a second. I'm just reaching out to get some clarity on something. Okay. Hey, that's gonna be 29 because that's she clarified that that's 58 is for the month. Ah, god damn it. Okay, never mind. She had that wrong. Okay, what I just had here 58. 58. Okay, this one was 56. Okay, all right. Now let's see how much we're at with our subscriptions. Let's see what we can afford to pay with our subscriptions included. We got our 56 is split bi-weekly. Girl, girl, what, okay. I forgot what I had. 56. Okay, 28. Okay, so now we know that. All right, so let's count up our subscriptions. So we got $1, and then we got Apple Music, and then we got our loan, and then we got Disney, 16, and then we got the gym, 27, and then we got Netflix. Let's not do with this check. Yeah, that's not do with this check. And then we got school loans, and then we got Audible, and then we got our loan, 25. Then we got our other loan, 28. And that puts us at $280 with our subscriptions. So since we only have 182 left over, we only got 182 left over, which means that we are in once again a deficit. So we got $98. We got $98 that we are in a deficit of. So that's how much we're over. So again, now we got to decide with our 182 what items will we be paying. So at this point, you want to basically go for your next important items. So we know we want to do school loan, we want to do this loan, we want to do this loan. That's 100, and that's 158. Now let's see what else we can afford on here. So if we got 182 minus 158, now we got $24 left. So now we what we gonna pay with this $24? Some we definitely still in a deficit once again. Um, we probably can do some Audible, which is $10. Uh, Apple Music, We can do, we can do some Audible. Oh, we can add Netflix. That's $18 right there. And now we got $6 left. We got some Apple iCloud. Yeah, that's where we're at. Yeah. So our budget would be rent, phone, internet, utilities, dentist, car insurance, food, fuel, laundry, Apple iCloud, Netflix, $100 school loan, Audible, our other loan, and our other loan. And that brings us to $119. So that's 119 plus our 1082. Wait, what am I talking about? Did I just confuse myself? Oh, no, 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 no. Okay. So plus our 100 and what I just do? 182. 182. No, no, no. Okay, 100 and yes, I just confused myself. Okay. So we got our $1,082 and then we have our $100 for our school loan plus our $25 for our loan and our other $28 for our loan. So we at 153. All right. There. God dang, girl. Okay. So, oh, 1018. Sorry, 1018, not 1082. Jesus. So 1018 plus 153. And we're at $1,171. And then we said we're going to add our Netflix, which is the $8, and our Apple iCloud, which is $1, plus our Audible, which is $10. And that gives us $1,190, which means now we just have $10 left. So we got $10 left. That $10, um, you might can pay your Apple Music for the $7. Okay, let's go ahead and pay that Apple Music for $7, which means now you got $3 left. Go ahead and put that $3 on your fuel. Put it on your fuel. Get yourself $43. That's all you got, baby. Now, now we got to figure out what to do with these items. But this is also where, once again, we haven't counted this extra money because we don't know what day it comes. But this money will come in handy to account for some of these other items to get them paid. All right. Now let's take this off. Woo! I'm hot. All right. I would go into snowballing, but I feel like that'll be a lot right now. So we'll just leave this here now, and maybe I'll come on a different time and we can snowball through the debt. Okay? All right. I'll see you guys later. How I turn this off? Look at me, an auntie girl. Don't even know how to turn this off. How I turn this off? Child, not me not knowing how to turn this off for real. You don't know how to turn